Hello, friends. Hello, you crazy people. This is my job. I don't know what you guys are doing. This daily art adventure number 761. Broken color on this Charleston plein air painting. This will be a short broadcast because I'm taking off out of here pretty soon to go to my monthly painters group, painters forum we call it. Started in Raleigh 12 years ago. It's migrated to a couple different locations, but continues to chug along. And I'll be taking this painting with me, getting feedback from my friends there. And I particularly like taking a painting that is not finished, because of course then I'm more likely to incorporate whatever the suggestions they give me. I'm more likely to do them if I don't feel like the painting's done, and that certainly is the case here. So since our last meeting, let me pick you up for a minute here. Let me see what's the easiest way to do that. All right, and just show you some of what I've been up to. Hello, Monique. So there's my couple. Hello, Karen. There's my couple walking down the street. I've touched up them a little bit, moved her arm, made them arm in arm, hand in arm, lowered her shoulders. Here's the cars that I've worked on also a fair amount since we last spoke, and these stairs and railing over here. And other than that, I worked on this sign. This is only for those of you who maybe were with me earlier today. Be that as it may, I've just done a lot of little things everywhere. Okay, so now I'm down to the famous or infamous broken color layer. And at the moment, and I'm starting with a red because that's the color I have on my brushes from the last thing I was working on. At the moment, I'm feeling rather cautious. The feeling of caution is not a feeling that I like. I don't like feeling cautious when I'm painting. I feel like I'm more likely to be in a scaredy cat place than a good place. So, be that as it may, I do feel cautious. So I'm probably going to proceed a little bit cautiously. One of the things I look for when I'm doing this broken color layer, first of all, is where are there already little bits and pieces. For instance, there was already a little bit of red right there. So I just added some red, which is not logical at all, but it's the same value. So that's a good example of broken color. Broken color, as you know, is same value, equal value to what's already there, but a very different color. So, for instance, when you have red on your brushes, that's a good time to look at some green trees and see if there's a good place for, and that, whoops, I'm sorry, off camera. I just made basically those 3 or 4 marks right there. So since I'll zoom over here to this tree. Since I have red on my brushes, thinking broken color, then looking at green, woo, that's not a good mark. But I'm not going to wipe it out necessarily. I'm just going to modify it. So does that make sense? Why do I look to green when I've got red? Because I'm looking for broken color. I'm looking for opportunities to insert bits of color. How about up here under this dome, really, of this steeple? I have come to realize, however, that when I'm doing broken color, I give myself permission, because I'm going to do it anyway. I give myself permission to do to push color. So I don't just do broken color, because right now I've got red on my brushes, and I'm looking for not only places to do broken color, but also opportunities to push what's already there. That mark probably doesn't qualify as broken color because it was too light, too bright compared to what was already there. There, that was a good bit. What else? All right, that's enough. So the crazy way that I do broken color, nobody else. Hello, Jane. Hello again, Jane. I hope you're painting while you're watching me or listening to me. Just to save time, when I'm doing broken color, I've got red on my brushes, so I go around the color wheel, either now to orange or to purple. For some reason, I'm in the mood to go to purple, so I don't have to clean my brushes. It just saves a little bit of time. And I'll start out probably with a reddish purple. Add a little bit of titanium white to that. All right, so I've got sort of a plum raspberry. Oh, good, Jane, way to go. Drawing, even better than painting. I'm teaching a drawing class this Thursday. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I forget which. Anyway, I'm teaching a drawing class at Art of the Carolinas this weekend, and that's the one class of mine that is not filled up, which dismays me somewhat. Whoa, hang on, folks. I'm getting a message here that my Mevo battery is. Oh, there we go. It came unplugged. Hang on just a second. Whew, glad I saw that. I'd have just been disappearing on you in any second. Anyway, I'm really passionate for wannabe painters to learn how to draw. So, Jane, I'm glad that you're drawing. Drawing is the main thing. So I've got this sort of purple plum color, I might call it, on my brushes at the moment. Let's look down here at the bottom. I'm going to sit down just for a minute. Seems like there's ought to be something around here that is inviting. Yeah, the bottom of this mirror. Whoops. So that's not broken color. That's broken value. But it looks good anyway, so I'm going to leave it. Oh, here on the sidewalk. Yeah, that's broken value. Part of the magic of broken value, why I'm sticking with it, at least at this point in my career, in my journey, is it sets up a vibration. When you look at it, if broken color is done right, it seems to flicker and vibrate in your mind. And then, Jane, was it you? One of my good old regulars sent me a scientific report. I think it was a TED Talk maybe, where he was a doctor, like a PhD type doctor, explained why that flicker occurs. It was pretty, because two parts of the brain interacting with each other in different ways, and so on. That's as far as I'm going to go with that right now. All right, I'm tired of that color. I don't have to stick with it too long. So now I'm going to a darker purple, dioxazine violet, and whenever I get to the purple part of the broken color stage, this wasn't quite dark enough, so I'm adding some ultramarine to it. Perhaps if you've watched me before, you've heard me say that purple can often be substituted for black, quote unquote. Now there's no real black on this painting anywhere, so I'm putting black in quotation marks to communicate that purple can be a substitute for dark. So virtually any part of the painting that is very dark, you can paint purple on it and it will look good. I talked quite a bit about this last week, about purple recedes from the viewer, whereas a bright green is the most aggressive color. And this is a separate subject, I think, a separate principle, separate from warm and cool. You know, warm comes forward, cool recedes. I'm not sure what the relationship between these two factors is, but I know that they're true. Green is a very dangerous color because it comes toward, it rushes the viewer. Purple, on the other hand, runs away from the viewer. So you can replace a lot of dark bits. That's all I'm doing right now, just little dark bits. You replace a lot of dark bits with just a touch of purple, and it still reads as dark, but now it's got more life to it. Still feels like it's a dark thing, but it doesn't feel like a dark black hole kind of thing. Now it feels like a interesting dark. All right, somebody, Murad had a question. Dan, are you using the complement in each area or just placing what you use? Neither. Yeah. No, I am not. Sorry, I am not just where I see the previous color. That's one of the tricks I use. Look for where there's previous color and do that. And I'm not just doing complement either. Any broken color will do. Complement is perhaps ideal, like doing red on a green tree. Perhaps you heard me say that. Okay, but while I'm talking, I'm going to switch around, continue around the color wheel, and now I've got blue, actually a fairly intense blue on my brushes. So both of the things you mentioned, I do indeed do both of those. That is complementary colors and colors that are already in the painting, you know, from the underpainting abstraction or whatever. But I'm not limited to those two things. I also just do random. So now I have a pretty intense blue on my brushes. There's a little bit of blue here. So I'm doing the first thing that Murray says, which is there's already blue there, so I just added to it. But there's no blue here. Let's just see. Let me sit down again. Oops, I'm sorry, I was working up high and I left you guys down here. My favorite old mistake. I'm sorry about that. Okay, well, I'm back down here now. I didn't do anything up there. You didn't miss a thing. One of the things I have to keep telling myself in this broken color is they do not need to be hard-edged bits, of course, not at all. I can do smudges of broken color. Don't like that mark. Now, when I erase, quote unquote, erase something like this, I don't attack it as if to wipe it out. I just attack it with a mindset of diminishing it, not trying to take advantage of whatever crazy mark you put down. Take advantage of it. Maybe you don't like it, but take advantage of it and turn it into something different. Don't get angry and start trying to obliterate it. Okay, right now I'm just going to do just a little hint of blue on that pillar right there. Yeah, that worked. That worked. All right, I'm tired of that already. Let's wipe off these brushes. I don't know where I'm going next, so let me expand the camera. And I'm going to mix some yellow to that blue. So now I've got pretty intense green. Woo! Now, see, when I put green on a tree like this, of course, that is not broken color. That's just pushing, exaggerating the local color. I make no bones about that. It's legal. It's just not part of the broken color process when I do that. That was kind of nice, a little bit of green in there. You know, you as an artist, every stroke you make it because you think it might look cool. Now, this does not apply to super realism. This only applies to true painting or real painting, because we're dealing, in real painting, we're dealing primarily with abstract issues, not with copying a photograph. So that comment that I made, you make a mark hoping it will look good, and sometimes you're pleased, and sometimes not so much. That was nice. You guys can't see it, but I just made that little red mark right there. I mean, I don't know my colors either. That green mark, I meant to say. Oh, on this tower, there ought to be some good place for some for real broken color. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, good. And another question you might ask, I've asked myself, like I put down a plum-ish color there sometime today. I don't know if it's recently or not. But if it had been, is it legal to put a second broken color on top of an earlier broken color? You know, like if I'm doing broken color and I put red in a tree, is it legal to come back and put green on top of the red? And the answer is absolutely. Yes, of course. In fact, that some really fun things happen when you do that. Ooh, nice accidental mark there. All right. I have a sense, by the way, that I'm going to probably go one more, after, like tomorrow, I'm going to go one more session on this painting. I like the progress I've made today, but I'm not sure that this whole area right here, which is where I spent most of my time earlier today, I'm not sure that that's, you know, as perfect as it can be. Okay, so I'm around the color wheel all the way around to yellow. And first of all, I've got a bright Hansa yellow or something like that with a little bit of titanium. So it's a very, very bright, intense yellow. One of the colors that I find myself not liking and not using. I always marvel when other artists can get away using this color, but just as often, I don't marvel, I go, ooh, they shouldn't have done that. So it's not just that I don't like using yellow, most other people shouldn't use this color either. But I'm trying to put in just a few touches here and there. Here and there, here and there. Oops, that was too much. Not too much. So again, and don't get mad at it and wipe it out. Just play with it with a rag or something. Same thing with that mark. A little bit too much of a good thing. Finger in rag and paint with rag now. Did you see? I say that because I know that many of you, you make what you feel like is not a good mark, and then you start just cussing yourself. Just, oh, I'm never going to be a good painter and all that kind of stuff. That kind of negative self-talk does not make you a better painter. So try to eliminate it. All right, that's enough of that. So I started with red, right? Red, purple, okay, green. Wait a minute, did I go the right way? I made a detour at some point because I've already done green. Okay, orange. I'm not sure I went around the color wheel right. Yeah, no, I did. I went. That's right. I did red, then purple, then blue, then green, then yellow. Okay, now I'm all the way back around to orange. Momentary confusion there. So theoretically, this is my last. And please understand that I don't, this crazy way that I'm doing broken color, I don't necessarily think like it's the best way, the only way, a good way. It's just where I'm at right now. And I hope to be better at it in a number of days, weeks, months, years. And the trick about, you know, going around the color wheel is just so I don't have to waste so much time cleaning brushes. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, y'all? Jan Schutz, Jan Schutz. Good job on the lighting. Thank you. Play of light. Is that the term you're looking for? Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that is turning out, the way the painting is turning out overall. I mentioned earlier, I might, if I'm really happy with how this ends up, I might hold out this painting, not sell it, hang on to it for competition like Oil Painters of America. See if I can get back in Oil Painters of America. So I have orange. I should be looking for things blue. If I really want to do some broken color, I should be looking for blue stuff. Not just blue, but that would be one of the things I should look for. Oh yeah, right in there. Here we go. Also, anything purple would be, well, there's not a lot of purple in here. All of my purples in this painting are pretty much, I'm going to add some brown to this orange and some red, so it's a more of a rust brown orange, rust orange, I should say. See if anything presents itself, and certainly as soon as I made that switch, I saw a bunch of places that were inviting me to put orange on them. I'm going to go all the way around to red again because I'm seeing several little bits of things here and there that are really inviting. So I've mixed up quite an intense red here. A little bit of intense red looks good almost everywhere. I'm sure that's an exaggeration. Don't pay any attention to it, but that's the way I feel. There's a grain of truth in there. I know so much of what I'm doing here you guys can't even see. I'm so sorry about that. In a minute here, before I wrap up, I'll pick you up and give you a quick little close-up tour. All right, I'm going to stop right there. I could go on, but as I said, I'm feeling a little bit cautious. And looking at my painting, it doesn't look like it doesn't look like I was feeling cautious, because I think there's a respectable amount of broken color up there. Hang on, I can do. I just sat down and saw an opportunity for some fairly bold broken color way down on the side of this, dark side of this car. All right, good enough. Yeah, that's nice. Hang on just a second, let me finish cleaning these brushes and then I'll give you a quick tour on the painting such as it is. And this is what it's going to look like when I go to my painters group tonight, which I'll be leaving for them in about half an hour. But let me pick you up and just let you see some things. I don't know what, you can see little bits of broken color here and there. Yellow here, red there, yellow here, this orange, yeah, gold color, green here, purple there. So there's quite a bit of it. This is a regular festival of color, broken color, green, blue, purple, orange. Same thing here, real carnival colors there. And some of the same thing here, much more subtle, but still crazy carnival of colors. And same, I really like what happened with this porch with that. Not as quite as much stuff down here, I don't think, but that's what it looks like right now. Or up here, some red, some of this red and some of this blue was already there, but I added to it. Anyway, so that gives you, I hope, some idea. Sorry for jerking you around like that. This red line is too regular, too contrived feeling, so I'm going to mess it up a little bit. Good enough. All right, thanks again for your company. I appreciate it. I'll let you know maybe tomorrow or the next day what my friends at the Painters Group, if they have any good suggestions, typically in that environment. And if you start one of these, or if you have one of these, you'll know. Typically, if there's 20 people there, we just got a really cold blast of air here in the Triangle area this afternoon, so I'm not sure. I might expect we'll be down in attendance. But anyway, if there's 15 people there, at least our group is, they're not shy about talking. And so you'll get lots of comments. Like, well, I wonder what would happen, you know, I think maybe, and all that kind of stuff. And what I think most of us experience is the bad ideas just kind of roll off. Say, yeah, no, thanks, but no thanks, kind of. I think that's pretty typical. But then often somebody will say something, go, bingo, that's a great idea right there. And man, there's nothing like getting that kind of feedback on a painting that really helps you take it to the next level. All right, thanks again for watching. Appreciate it. I don't know when I'll be back, but I hope soon. Bye-bye.